Okay, hey guys, it's DeweyFinn21, and I know I promised this to you like maybe 2 years ago? A year and a half? I know it's taken a while, and as you can see, I didn't even get it completed all the way. I'm using my laptop to read it. So, yeah, because, well, for starters, this thing isn't connected to any printers. So, I have that. Do it, but I guess until then, this will be a dramatic reading of Libba the Amazing. Well, that's her username now. It was originally something else amazing. I think it was Elizabeth when she first wrote this one. By chance, it's 15 chapters, 11,613 words. Okay, so let's start by reading the summary. Okay, by chance. Jayden meets up with the team after a few long years of departure, and now finds out that Emily has a daughter, which just breaks his heart. Can he deal with it? This was rated T. Okay, so here we go. I'm guessing this is an author's note because it's bold italicized. This is a new story of Gemily. I hope you enjoy. All of these characters may not seem like themselves, but trust me, this might be an amazing story. Chapter 1. What are they up to? Jayden POV. It's been a few years since us samurai rangers departed from each other. Kevin was the most disciplined and now lived with Mia and their daughter Erica. Kevin works at the pool as a lifeguard and still works for his dream of swimming in the Olympics. Mike married a girl named Sarah and had a son named Hector, who was about the same age as Erica. Mike was also one of the funniest guys you'll meet. He would always get his 2 bits in. Mike does stand-up comedy on TV and loves his life so far, even though he says he doesn't on TV. I've talked to him and he says that his wife understands that it is just an act. Mia was like the big sister or the mom. She is already a mom and probably a superhero to Kevin. She was always nice to everyone, especially to ones who were depressed about something. She works as a chef in a restaurant. Antonio was my best friend. It seems as all of my friends have moved on with their lives except me. Antonio married a girl named Maria and had a son who they named Steven. Antonio is really funny also, and last I've heard, he works at a local fish market with his son. And my favorite one, Emily. I haven't heard anything from her since we left the Shiba dojo. Mia tells me that she is a single mother to her daughter Brittany, and she is recording music as a record store. She seems to have it good. As for me, I have been living in a pretty good-sized house, but no one to live with. I am by myself all the time and I work as a firefighter. I would like to meet up with the team one day and talk about what's been going on. I have already told Mike and Sarah and they agreed to call Emily, Mia, and Kevin. Antonio, though, visits me every other weekend, so I already told him. So we are all going to meet up this Saturday. I really wanted to see Emily. Author's note. Well, that's the first chapter. Like an introduction. I'm sorry that it is short. As for maybe someday, I will update that tomorrow. I hope you don't hate this chapter. Chapter 2. Meeting Together and Big Secrets. Author's Note. This is a new story of Gemily. I hope you enjoy. All of these characters may not seem like themselves, but trust me, this might be an amazing story. Jayden, POV. I was ready for today. Seeing the other rangers would make me feel better. I was most excited to see Emily. But the thought of her having a daughter with someone else just broke my heart. I don't want to mention this around anybody, but before our last night at the dojo about 5 years ago, Emily and I had a little ... let's say segment. We got caught up in the moment and then our feelings just spilled out. Luckily, nobody was there while we were ... You know what I mean. Okay, I am ready, I said to myself. I got my car keys and left. We all decided to stay at the dojo for a week just for vacation or something. I knew where the dojo was by heart, of course, because that's practically spent most of my childhood. I couldn't wait to see G and Kevin and Mia and everybody else. But mostly I was excited to see Emily and her daughter. I hope she looked a lot her. A little Emily was like a little angel sent from heaven above. The original Emily was an angel too. I arrived at the dojo. I saw Kevin and Mia getting out of their black car. They had their daughter with her. I stepped out of my convertible, which was parked next to Antonio's Jeep. Hey guys, I smiled, walking over and giving Mia a hug and Kevin a man hug. Hey Jay, how have you been? Kevin asked. Nothing much. I've been working as a firefighter just about 5 miles down the road, I replied. Well, that figures. Kevin laughed at his own comment. I laughed too. Then I saw a little girl climb down from the car and smile at me. She had her 2 front teeth missing with her hair in pigtails. Erica, this is Jayden. He is one of mine and Daddy's old friends, Mia explained to her daughter. Hi, I'm Erica, she said, holding her baby doll in one arm and one hand out. I took a knee next to her and held out my hand. I'm Jayden, I greeted with a smile. I shook her hand as she ran inside the dojo. Be careful, Erica, Mia said, running after her daughter. I laughed and looked at Kevin. She's cute, I said. Yeah, her and Mia are my whole life now. I love them so much and would give anything for them, he replied with a smile. Then a guy wearing a green shirt came out with his wife and son who looked about Erica's age. I heard the name Jayden and I thought, hey, that must be Jayden. So I came out here, Mike said, giving me 5. "What's up?" I asked. "Nothing much. You know Sarah, right?" he asked. "Yeah," I said, shaking her hand. "Well, she got pregnant again," Mike said. "Congrats, man," I said. "Daddy, who is this?" His son pointed towards me. He picked his son up as his little arms went around Mike's neck. "This is my friend from when I was younger," Mike explained. "I'm 6, the little boy said. "Wow, you are all grown up, huh?" I asked him. He nodded with a grin that looked exactly like Mike. "This is Hector." "Hector, this is Jayden," he introduced us. "Hello, it's nice to meet you, little guy," I said. "Yeah," he said, running off. "Antonio and Emily still aren't here yet. Antonio is... ... Mike got cut off by a car pulling up in the driveway. "Right here," he finished. "Antonio and his wife Maria and son, Stephen, got out of the car and we all met. It's nice to see all my amigos and amiga here today," he said. I laughed from how he added amiga to the mix. "Where's Emily?" he asked. "She's on her way. She's actually almost here," Mia said. I got excited and nervous at the same time. I really wanted to see her, but meeting her daughter would be hard. I don't know why. Probably because it wasn't mine. "There she is," Kevin pointed to the black and red convertible car pulling up and parking right next to my car. I couldn't believe it. She hasn't changed a bit. I saw a little girl in the front seat. She got out of the car and helped her daughter out of the car. She came up to us with her daughter. "Hey guys," she smiled, giving everybody a hug except for me. "Jayden," her tone of voice changed. "But why?" "Hey Emily," I grinned at her. She grinned back. I looked down at her daughter. She had brown curly hair with hazel eyes, just like Emily's. She smiled just like Emily, except she had dimples. She stared up at me. "Why, hello there," I said, taking a knee again right next to her. "Hello," she hid behind her mother. "You don't have to be scared of me," I started. She was exactly like Emily. "Mommy, can I go play?" She looked up at Emily. Emily smiled down at her daughter. "Yes, you can. Be careful, Brittany. Don't fall," Emily demanded. "Okay, Mommy," she said, going inside and playing with Stephen, Hector, and Erica. Emily was barely looking at me. I don't know why, but I wish she would talk to me. I want to see what she is up to. "So, how are you guys?" she asked. "Well, I am a stay-at-home mother while Kevin works at the pool training kids how to swim. He is also working for the Olympics," Mia explained. "That is great," Emily squealed, giving them both a hug. Then Kevin and Mia went inside to check on the kids. "And I already know how you are," she pointed to Mike. "Get me some smokes," she imitated from one of Mike's comedy bits. And it is nice to meet you, Sarah," Emily said, shaking her hand. "You too," she replied. Mike and Sarah then followed Kevin and Mia. She made her way to Antonio. "Hey, Antonio, I love your baby barracuda recipe. Me and Brittany go to your market all the time," Emily explained. "Well, I knew you would love it," Antonio said, following his wife Maria inside. She then worked her way to me. "Well, I don't know you so much," she laughed. "Yeah, and I'm sorry. What have you been up to?" I asked. "Nothing. I'm actually recording a song for a CD that should be coming out soon," she explained. "That's great. I knew you were always a good singer," I said. She blushed a little. "Well, what about you?" "I am a firefighter," I replied. "Ha ha, I figured," she giggled. "I did too, a little bit, but in a manly way." "It's nice to see you again, Jayden." She touched his shoulder and went inside. I smiled. "You too," I said to myself, following her. Emily POV. "Did you tell him yet?" Mia asked me as I was looking after my daughter. "No, I'm not going to tell him," I said. "Why not, Em? She looks exactly like him and he's going to realize it," Mia explained. "My daughter did look like Jayden, but I wasn't going to tell him that." "I know, but he's never seen her since she was born, and so why should I just tell him out of the blue that he is Brittany's father?" Chapter 3. Familiar Voices. Author's Note. This is a new story of Gemily. I hope you enjoy. All of these characters may not seem like themselves, but trust me, this might be an amazing story. Emily POV. Why should I just tell him out of the blue that he is Brittany's father? I asked Mia. Because he is too smart not to figure out that he is her dad. She looks a lot like him, Emily. The dimples, the hair, the grin, splitting image. Mia fussed. I know, I whined, but he hasn't bothered to call me or see how I was doing, but he sure can call you guys or Mike or Antonio. I just don't get it, I explained. Maybe I should tell him, I finally confessed. Thank goodness, Emily says something smart, Mia laughed. I laughed too because, well, I don't know why, but I did. When are you going to tell him? Mia asked. Maybe tonight. I want him to spend time with his daughter this week, so I might as well, I said, looking over at Brittany, who was playing with Jayden. She was laughing at him while he tickled her. They did look the same. I smiled and thought that he could be a good father, but I am still mad at him. Brittany seemed to be having a good time with Jayden. That made me happy to see her that way. See, you can tell right that he's getting close with her, Mia said, walking towards Kevin and Erica. Yeah, I said to myself, smiling at Brittany's laughter. I just hope he doesn't freak out when I tell him. Hey, Emily, Antonio beckoned. He was in the kitchen. I walked over to him. What is it? I asked. I heard your conversation with Mia. I just so happened to hear that Jayden is Brittany's father. He started. Oh, man. Antonio, I am going to tell him tonight, I said. I know, but just don't be nervous, he said. Are you a mind reader? I asked. Maybe, but you don't have to be nervous. He loves kids. And by the looks of it, he said, pointing to Jayden and Brittany, he seems to already love Brittany. I know, but still, he doesn't have kids. He's been good with kids, but he doesn't know that Brittany is his, and I don't want to ruin a great life that he is living right now, I explained. Emily, he is miserable. Maria, Stephen, and I always go to his house. It big, but he says that he hates not having a family to put it in. Maybe you and Brittany could be that family, Antonio. Wait, I thought you were a fisherman, not a motivational speaker. I laughed. I'm serious, Em. He looked serious. Fine, but why is everybody on my back about it? First Mia, now you. Give me a break, I will tell him tonight, I screamed. Tell who what tonight? I heard a very familiar voice. I turned around to see him. Jayden. That is the end of part 1. I will be doing 3 chapters apart, leading into 5 parts. Next time we will get into chapter 4, I Need to Protect You. So, for the time being, this is DeweyFinn21 saying bye.